What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Shinobi Squad Podcast. I'm fan service Renji.
I'm Shana Mostella. That's Shana, not Shana. Please stop calling me Shana. All of you, please.
Please.
It's Shana.
Yes.
Like Sean and na. That's it. Don't add extra syllables, extra words, and extra letters. It's Shana.
Shana is such an easy name to say, too. People have known you for years
I know.
and still call you Shana. Shana.
Or Shana.
Yeah.
They want to rhyme my name with banana.
Shana Banana.
Shana Banana. It's not Shana. It's not Shana. It's Shana. Shana. That's it. I don't know where people keep coming up with these extra syllables and these extra letters. It's unnecessary.
Right? It's like a lot of our peers, y'all can pronounce the most difficult Japanese names, but for some reason, Shana just goes over their heads. So one thing, if they only know you from social media, they don't watch the YouTube, they don't listen to podcasts, and they've never heard how to pronounce your name. I give that the pass, but we're talking about legit people who know you in real life. Anyways, enough about how to pronounce Shana's name. Let's move on to today's topic. I'm sure many of you have seen the train wreck called 0nlyFanz trending in your news feeds this last week or two. For those that don't know, 0nlyFanz pretty much made an announcement saying starting October 1st, they were going to start banning sexually explicit content. Of course, that was easy clickbait for all these articles and all these news sites. OnlyFans bans porn. So many people were just sharing these clickbait headlines and sharing their thoughts on it without even reading what the actual terms of service were. Of course, that also led to people on OnlyFans freaking out. Also not reading the terms of service, just saying that they're banning sexually explicit content is very vague. What is considered sexually explicit? Didn't matter to most people who were sharing these articles. What does matter is all the extra comments people were making alongside sharing these articles. People really started showing their asses, to say the least.
The most infamous saying I saw was a Twitch streamer saying, now you sex workers got to go get a real job now. I'm like, we're kind of both in the same boat. I mean, you're a Twitch streamer and people on OnlyFans are making their money their way. So what's the difference there?
That was the most bold and dumb thing someone could say. A Twitch streamer literally tweeting out, now all you sex workers have to get a real job. A Twitch streamer who plays video games on a webcam telling someone else to get a real job.
Right.
The comedy just writes itself. One more time for the folks in the back, all right? You sit at home in front of a webcam and play video games. You expect people to pay you to do that. And yet you want to tell someone who has to get ready, put on an outfit, makeup, get a photographer, set lights up, set a background, set a stage, take these pictures, edit the pictures, post them, and promote the pictures. But yet you just turn on a webcam and play a video game and you're the one who has a real job?
Right.
That shit is just hilarious. Not knocking Twitch streamers or anything like that. Not knocking the whole live stream industry. But just this one person in particular and the others that think the way he does. When I said a bunch of people showed their asses, that's exactly what they did. People would share this guy's tweet and then be like, yeah, it's about time you sex workers start making money the honest way. Yet you were sharing a streamer's words, and that just expanded. Either people were sharing that tweet or sharing these clickbait articles. News sources that have nothing to do with anything were even sharing it because everyone was just trying to get this clickbait money.
Right. What's really sad that came to light is a lot of the friends of these sex workers were just on the same boat. It just shows how much they don't believe in sex work. They don't believe in making money in that kind of way. It's sad to say, but they use this excuse to shame sex workers.
We're seeing this amongst our own peer group. I'm seeing mutual friends of other sex workers talking all this shit. Sean and I are just sitting back like, oh, so this is how you really feel about what some of our friends are doing, what Sean is doing. Like, okay, I see you. Some were to be expected. You kind of know which one of your friends really support this or that. But then there was some that kind of took me by surprise. Some people that I thought would be more open-minded, such as other Twitch streamers who are hoping to make it big streaming. just going back to the first guy we're talking about, you're trying to do something non-traditional to make money. Chop it up however you want. Since you want people to support you, you would think that they would be supportive of other non-traditional avenues. Though sex work has been around since the beginning of time.
Oh, yeah.
I think there was like a documentary about how prostitution built America, about how the prostitutes of the Wild West, they were a big part of building this country. Sex work has been around since forever. With that said, maybe it's not as non-traditional as we make it to be. Pinups have been around for a while, like modeling, just all that stuff. It's been here. So for people just to jump out, be like, haha, you can't make money off of selling sex anymore, it's just stupid.
Then how do you figure when porn stars, how they make their money? How do you figure not going to a porn site to get your jollies off? Like, how is that any different? Only difference is people on OnlyFans are people that you might know in person or might have heard of. And I just don't see the difference in that. So where's this taboo energy coming from? It's like, oh no, you can't do sex work. No, you just wouldn't be able to see it as easily from something like OnlyFans. People are doing sex work whether you can see it or not. So there's that.
That's a great point. The thing that people are missing in this shame fest is OnlyFans isn't the only site to put sex work up. What did some of you and your friends do before OnlyFans? There's other avenues of getting it. So just because one site shuts down, that's your moment to be like, haha, you're through. No, they're not. People have been doing this before OnlyFans. So again, some people just out here looking stupid. Like, haha, OnlyFans is done. That means sex work is done for good. No, it doesn't.
And what did you guys do when Playboy stopped being popular? Oh, you went to browsers.com. That's what you did. One thing I don't understand is, where is this hate for OnlyFans coming from amongst the men? I get women, because a lot of women don't appreciate strippers and when their man goes to a strip club and whatnot. But why the men? You guys are the very ones consuming this media. Whether you're going on OnlyFans looking at it, whether you're going on a porn site, or even just biganimetitties.com on Facebook, some like big anime titties club, fan club on Facebook. Like, how is that any different? You're still getting some kind of sex work or some kind of print work somewhere, anywhere, but why OnlyFans? Why is that the thing that burns your butthole? Why is that?
Why you mad, bro?
Why you mad?
That's my number one question. Your fellow men made sex work this multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah, women just benefit from it, but we didn't create it. Y'all are buying it, so we keep doing it.
Men are the consumers.
Yeah.
Men are the ones making OnlyFans pop off. Yet all the hate is directed towards the people creating the products that your fellow men consume.
Right.
Shouldn't you be mad at them?
You shouldn't be mad at all. You should be saying thank you.
Exactly. I've really been thinking about, why are you mad, bro?
I can answer one of those questions. Guys are getting mad that girls are finally charging for their worth. Instead of seeing free big anime titties on your little fan club pages, you're seeing somebody that you know, somebody that you have been a fan of for a long time, and you're mad that they're charging. You're mad because you can't see what they have to offer for free on Instagram anymore.
Oh, good point. Good point. You're right. So many people out there, especially dudes, are really getting mad that girls aren't posting their sexy content on Instagram anymore. A lot of people have been like, well, if you want more spicy content, go here.
Yeah.
Go to OnlyFans or go to whatever site. I've been seeing the angry dudes up in the comments. Why you got to put your content behind a paywall? Because it costs money to create this content. I'm glad a lot of people, guys and girls, have been putting their work behind a paywall. I know a couple guys who have a Patreon. They only release all their new cosplay sets on Patreon. You might see one picture on Instagram, but if you want to see the whole shoot, you got to go there. Sometimes it's not even just about just sexual, not safe for work content. A lot of people, a lot of creators are sick of putting their work out there for free. We've been putting out so much free work for years, hoping followers and fans will step up and like really support us and buy merch or something, come out to our live shows, our live events. But unfortunately, a lot of fans don't. A lot of people just consume everything for free and they just want it for free. Creators want to get paid too. They spend a lot of time and money creating whatever art they're putting out there for you. A lot of you guys out there are aspiring artists, aspiring creators. Whatever you're trying to do, I'm sure one day you would like to get paid for it as well. But it goes back to what Shana was saying. people are mad because they don't want to pay for it now.
And I have proof for that reason. I can't tell you how many times when I go on Instagram, my DMs are full of people just hitting on me and trying to talk to me in that way all throughout my DMs. And as soon as I say, oh yeah, so by the way, here's my OnlyFans so you can check out more of my spicy content, here you go. How fast do they stop talking to me after I say that? They're just like, they don't even want to hear it anymore. I never hear from those people ever again. So I'm just like, you know what? The work kind of just does it itself, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my proof. A lot of the times when guys want to hit on a girl and they want to know more, or they want to see more, I always say, show them your OnlyFans. Give them the link to your OnlyFans and see how quickly they leave.
Yeah. Talk to any of your female friends. They will be quick to tell you how many thirsty guys are in their DMs. It doesn't matter if you're a 2 on the attractive scale or a 15. Thirsty dudes are always in a lady's DMs.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they'll just talk to themselves in the DMs. Shana could tell you all about a couple guys who will just message her and she will never respond. And they just keep talking to nobody. Dudes out there getting mad at the creators of sexual explicit content when they should be mad at their peers that be spending the money on this content. It's supply and demand. If there wasn't a demand for it, people wouldn't be out here creating the supply and capitalizing off of it. I know dudes out here mad because they got to pay to see more. Regardless of if you pay for it or not, you still are consuming sex work.
Another sad thing to think about is these people are making fun of someone else's bad situation, their unfortunate situation for not being able to go back to work. It's still a pandemic, in case you guys hadn't realized. It's so easy for everyone to be like, oh, just get a job. Oh, just go out and get a real job. Yeah, well, a lot of us had real jobs before the pandemic, and a lot of us can't go back to those same jobs. We were getting paid a certain amount before all of this happened. So we're just trying to do whatever we need to do to make ends meet so that we can survive. And you're making fun of that?
A lot of us had careers. Let's kick it up a notch. A lot of us had real careers that we went to college for, that we put in time to earn these positions that paid above the average retail job, the factory job. And some of us can't return back to that. Unfortunately, because we had these careers that had a certain salary cap, we also had life expenses with it. Easiest example for most people to understand. Most likely, if you bought a newer car and can make car payments, it's because you had a job that could pay for it. Break it back down to people that had careers and a standard of living. They bought a house, or they have an expensive apartment, or they had vacations planned because they knew they get paid this much every year. You can't just tell people, go get a job and everything will be okay. Some of these people have gone to get jobs. They have jobs that pay less than half of what they used to make, and they still got to compensate for the rest of it. Some people got 2 jobs, while other people maybe got 1 job, but then they're doing something on the side like OnlyFans to bring in extra income to cover their life's expenses. A lot of us have either friends or family members that had to make the difficult choice of, do I pay rent? Do I pay tuition? Do I give up my car?
Right.
So for those of y'all out there that are making fun of like people losing opportunity on OnlyFans, you're making fun of someone's misfortune.
Right. Again.
You might as well say, haha, you lost your job. That's exactly what would have happened if OnlyFans completely shut that shit down. Again, a lot of people don't understand what content goes into OnlyFans. It's not just sex work. This includes people that do sexually explicit artwork. I have a friend that does hentai kind of drawings. I've got another friend, she pretty much does audiobooks, but for hentai. She could be losing money. Y'all out there that are just making fun of all this, a lot of people could lose a lot of income because of this if they haven't already.
The ones that are making fun of sex workers, I hate how it's always the people that either still live at home with their moms, or they still don't have anything of their own, or never had a car payment to ever have to worry about in their lives, always had hand-me-downs, always had a path drawn for them their entire lives, never had to buy anything new, never had to have expenses of any kind. A lot of these people that are making fun of sex workers were those kinds of people. And I'm just like, it's so easy for you to be like, yeah, just go get another job, just go do this and whatever. Easy for you to say when you've never had anything that these people used to have that they lost due to the pandemic.
Yeah, you don't need to make a lot of money when you still live in your parents' bedroom. Your expenses is what? PSN for the month and Fortnite? You don't understand what it means to lose a car after you've paid 2 years worth of payments. Like, those are real life situations people are facing. There are a lot of people who are on OnlyFans because they are sex workers, but then there's also a lot of people that are on there because that's their last resort. People aren't thinking about those people who are just like, I don't know what else to do, so screw it. If they're making money off OnlyFans, whatever. As Shana said earlier, there are plenty of thirsty dudes in many girls' DMs. Even before you started OnlyFans, weren't there a few people that asked you if you had one?
I got that question all the time, whether if it was in my DMs or if I was streaming that day on all over Twitch. Like, do you have an OnlyFans? How explicit do you get? What do you do on there? All these questions, and now where are those people now? The same people making fun of sex workers in the shadows because they have to pay for it.
With what Shauna just said, some people start OnlyFans because the people that follow them are requesting it.
Yeah.
They're creating a demand. I had a friend who is starting one. She was just like, I never thought about OnlyFans, but so many people have been asking me. So I was like, well, if y'all really want to pay, whatever. That's another reason why so many people do have OnlyFans, because all these thirsty dudes were asking and they were willing to pay.
Especially with how social media is cracking down on, the whole censorship thing. Girls are not, even men are not able to show as much as they used to. And OnlyFans is a place where people can do those things and show you more and to be who they want to be as whatever they do in life. And you're making fun of that very outlet, getting rid of stuff like that. All right, then don't be mad when you're on Instagram and you can't see anybody doing anything anymore because it's not allowed.
True. That's another point I wanted to hit too. When you're making fun of OnlyFans saying no more sexual explicit content, you're also kind of encouraging censorship online. You're kind of like, yeah, stop letting them show sexy stuff. If you really take a moment to think about it, Instagram and Facebook are already telling people they can't post that kind of stuff. Now, OnlyFans, for example, it's a site where you're supposed to be able to post whatever you want because it's funded by the fans.
Yeah.
Fans pay to see more. A site that's supposed to be totally uncensored, where their creators can post whatever they want because their fans are paying for it. So when the Wild West of social media is forcing people to censor their content, how do you think that's going to trickle down to the things you don't pay for, like Instagram and Facebook? And I'm sure some of y'all with your caveman thinking still have your MySpace open. How do you think that's going to trickle down to all that? These sites are going to be like, oh, snap, OnlyFans just said no this or no that. They're getting away with it. We can get stricter on our site. People are missing the big picture of that.
Yep.
Some of y'all out there low-key encouraging censorship. And y'all don't even realize it.
I guess no more titties for you.
Ooh. You're going to go back to drawing circles with 2 dots on paper. That's what's going to come down to.
Man, I wish this was a real girl. Man.
That's exactly what's going to happen. These dudes are going to start making like fake titties out of rice and just clumping it up. That kind of looks like a titty. Man, I sure miss when Instagram used to let me see titties, but... Thanks, OnlyFans. You ruined this.
No, you ruined it by encouraging them banning sex workers. Next question is, how come nobody shames live streaming? How come no one shames people being on Twitch? That's not a real job either.
Air quotes.
It goes back to one of our previous podcast episodes where we said Twitch fame versus cosplay fame. I got a simple answer for that because everybody thinks they can just turn on a camera and live stream and they think it's so easy to just pick it up and do it.
That part. To get in the live stream game isn't very hard.
Nah.
You literally just have to have a webcam and you're in the game. You're on the football team. On the other end of that, everyone thinks they can be successful live streaming. A lot of these people also discredit how much work famous Twitch streamers really put in. But that's a whole nother conversation. But just to answer Shauna's question, why don't people shame live streamers or Twitch streamers? It's because everyone thinks they can do it, they want to do it, and they think it's so easy. They don't want to shame the thing they're trying to get into. If you want to go back to the original quote, you need to get a real job. Live streaming isn't a real job either. People don't want to talk shit about it because low-key, they want to be a part of that world because it is accessible. Being a sex worker, on the other hand, is a whole nother bag.
A point I want to bring up is nobody shames someone playing video games, but they used to shame, remember, hot tub streaming? Because
Yeah.
there were sexy girls in a bathtub or inflatable kiddie pool just talking and having a good time. They want to shame those people. But again, same with OnlyFans. You can't be mad at somebody for being allowed to do something. Because there was a time when you were allowed to do that on Twitch. And guess what? People got mad about that too.
Technically, it was live streaming.
Yes.
When it comes to Twitch and live streaming, you can pretty much do anything. You just got to do it live. Most of y'all choose to play video games because, honestly, that's the easiest thing to do. It's also the reason why it's the most oversaturated because everyone can pick up a video game. But anyways, a whole nother conversation. Some people started cooking. Some people just talk on live stream. Like, that's how easy live streaming is. Not saying it's easy to be successful, but just to be a live streamer, you just literally have to turn on a camera. Honestly, you don't even have to turn on the camera. Some live streamers just stream their games live and all you hear is their voice. Everyone wants a piece of that. So they don't want to shit on that because one day they might get the balls to finally do it. Sex work is a whole nother bag, but I'll let Shana tell the struggle being a person who's modeled professionally and also being a person that is an independent creator.
Being in the whole sex work world, you have to do a lot to set yourself up even. You have to get ready. You have to wear makeup. You have to do your hair. You have to make sure you work with someone who can take your picture the right way, right lighting. You have to find somebody to actually do that and to also make you look good in the pictures. Then, depending on who you are and who you have in your life, you have to either edit the pictures yourself or find someone to do that for you, and sometimes pay somebody to do that for you. There's just a lot that goes into it that a lot of you guys don't understand and don't get. Yes, there are some creators on OnlyFans and anywhere else for that matter that don't put a lot of work into it. And, it kind of shows because that's, the quality that they feel like putting out. But a lot of us do take the time to make sure that everything that we put out has the greatest of quality and you're getting what you're paying for.
Okay, let's talk about how much time it takes to get ready. How long would you say it takes to put on makeup?
Makeup for me takes anywhere from an hour to 2, depending on what it is and what I have planned for that day. I also do my own nails. I don't have any right now, but I also have taught myself to do my own nails because when I'm on the fly, when I'm on the go, I have to be ready to do anything at a given's notice. So I taught myself how to do all of those things.
People that follow you, they also notice your hair color keeps changing.
Oh, yeah.
You also do your own hair.
I do my own hair.
How long does that take?
Doing my hair, whether it's braids, whether it's natural hair, whether it's extensions, whatever the case, takes me anywhere from 8 to 16 hours. And I have to set my schedule aside to do those things. I have to pick a day in which to do those things. When I have to do my nails, that takes anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. It all goes in my schedule, and I have to set aside days to do those things.
If you were to go have your hair done, how much would that cost?
Anywhere from $200 to $500, depending on what you want. If I went to go get my nails done as often as I do them, that would be $45 to $50 every time you get your nails done. And every time you go to the salon, it's going to cost you at least $50 plus tip. So a lot of the stuff that I taught myself how to do is saving me a lot of money, but time is money. My time is money, and I'm putting a lot of it, into what I do. And that's just the getting ready aspect. I haven't even told you guys about how long it takes me and how much time and effort goes into picking my clothes and the lingerie to coordinate with it. Right now that I moved back to the Midwest, I'm in an area where I can't readily have things available like I used to back in LA. I can't just go down to the fashion district and pick something up. I buy the bulk of my lingerie and my outfits from Amazon, and that takes a lot of time and research and finding my correct size, make sure everything fits, and if it doesn't, I have to return that and go back and pick something else and then wait for that to come around. And also being in the area that I'm in now, Amazon isn't readily available either. I have to wait up to a week and a half to get what I ordered. Some deliveries are better than others, but it takes a lot of time and effort to do what I do.
This part as well. When you're a creator like Shana, who tries to put out a new photo set every week to week and a half, that's a new outfit. That's a new look every week. When it comes to doing a cosplay related shoot, that's a new cosplay that Shana also has to make on top of cranking out new looks every week. Some people don't even have the stamina to do a photo shoot every week. Now put that all together, getting ready every week, having a new outfit, new lingerie every week, and then doing a photo shoot every week, then editing pictures every week. But that's not a real job, right? That's so much easier than, let me play Sonic the Hedgehog 3 because I'm a retro streamer. It's so much easier than that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So much easier to just be an OnlyFans girl. Okay. The cost of the outfits, the cost of lingerie just ranges depending on what you're wearing and what you're trying to get, how quick you need it. As Shana said with Amazon, a lot of folks out here in the small towns of the Midwest, they don't know that when you live in a city like LA, Amazon Prime gives you next day shipping because there's so many Amazon warehouses in SoCal where most of the stuff you order is either the next day or 2 days guaranteed. When I came and talked to my friends here, when I was complaining about how slow Amazon was, they're like, what do you mean it's slow? This is what I'm used to. I'm like, wait, what? You've been paying for Prime, but you've never got like actual 2-day shipping? No, I usually wait like 4 or 5 days. Like, wow, you're getting ripped off. I thought I was getting ripped off. We were spoiled by LA's shipping to where if we needed something ASAP, a lot of the stuff we bought was next day or 2-day shipping included in Prime. So you have logistics to think about depending on where you live.
I can't just go down the street and get what I need anymore. I have to keep in mind that a lot of what I need is coming from miles and miles away, and I might not see those items until like 2 weeks later. Knowing what I know, going through all of that, I have to buy my outfits, at least 2 or 3 of them at a time, just so I make sure I have everything that I need when I need it, so I can just go and do what I need to do.
And a lot of those times, I'm sure one of them doesn't fit and has to get sent right back.
Oh, yeah.
Because Shauna's on a strict schedule, she wants to deliver product to her followers when she said she would. She told them she would release at least 3 new looks a month. You got to plan ahead for all that. Like, that takes work. You have to plan around your other schedule too. Like, OnlyFans isn't what Shana sits at home and does all week long. This is just one of the things she does. As we said earlier, multiple sources of income because the world is ever changing. So OnlyFans is just one of the things she does. So she has to schedule that around her fashion. Now that we're going back to cons, we schedule around that again. But, you know, it's not real work, though.
Yeah, everything that you just heard right now, that's not a real job to you? Yeah, okay. I would love to just go to my 9-to-5 boring office job and then just come home and that be it. Like, I get on my PlayStation and play games for the rest of the night. Like, that's great. Good for you. But that's not what creators do. What we do is a real job, too. We just put a lot more work into it than just going to a day job and coming back home.
And everything we just talked about is only the creation part of it to produce a product. It's a whole nother story about what photos to release, when to release them, what do you include in a photo set, how much do you charge for it, how do you market it, how do you get people to come back and buy it. You're running a business. A whole nother side of OnlyFans and similar sites that a lot of these naysayers, a lot of these shit talkers know nothing about.
And all of this is along the same lines as being an entrepreneur, someone who puts work into what they do for themselves and creating their own companies, but they don't get shit for it. Oh, what they do is a real job because it's not sex work. But it's literally the same thing. Going back to the whole Twitch and live streaming shaming, there isn't any for them because there's no shame train going on for them right now.
All these people claiming that they woke and they're not sheep, but yet they're jumping on the bandwagon of shaming OnlyFans. Y'all ain't that woke. Why people don't shame live streaming is because it's just like TikTok. It's accessible to everyone. A lot of people, as much as they talk shit about sex work, they know they can't do it themselves because of all the things Shana just said about how much work it takes just to get into it and create the content. But they also think about the backlash that comes from it. We didn't even talk about that. How some people hide their sex work. They're afraid of being judged. That's a whole nother conversation a lot of y'all ain't ready to hear. They also don't want to acknowledge that it does take a lot of work after creating it, like how we talked about the business. Another conversation a lot of people aren't ready to hear because they just want to live in this bubble where sex work is so easy, air quotes. But then for some reason, Twitch and live streaming is this magical land of you can do no wrong. TikTok's a great example of the same thing with Twitch, right? TikTok is very accessible to everyone. It was created so everyone can do it. TikTok wants you to feel you can do it too. They make it so easy. Why TikTok is so accessible and why it's so popular and why so many people are doing it is because they take the thinking part out of it. All you got to see is what's trending and just copy it. All these dance videos, all these lip syncing videos, all you got to do is copy it. You don't even have to do it better. There's people popping on TikTok for just doing what everyone else is doing. Going back to Twitch, you see people doing it and it looks easy. So you want to do it. So you're not going to shame that. Same with TikTok. You see other people popping off for lip syncing, doing little dance challenges, or just whatever. You see someone else doing something and it looks easy. So you're like, I can do that too. But when it comes to sex work, you know damn well you can't do that. So of course, you're going to feel a type of way because you see other people popping off and making money. So your instant reaction is to be mad about it. Anyway, sorry, I'm digressing from my TikTok Twitch comparison. It just comes down to there's no live streaming shame because it is so accessible and deep down in the back of people's minds, just like with TikTok, they're like, I can pop off on that platform. So they're not going to talk shit about it. And what's funny to me is people out there with real ass careers, mind you. I just saw something on the Breakfast Club where a nurse got fired because she was making TikTok videos at work as a nurse. And she was trying to be like a comedian. Fame is a hell of a drug. People are losing real ass jobs because they want to be internet famous. So this nurse, for example, making good money as a nurse, mind you, got her ass fired because she was filming TikTok videos at work because she wanted to be a comedian. If you wanted to be a comedian, you should have just not became a nurse. But anyways, I can go on for days about my real life friends who are throwing away their careers because they want to be famous. It's like, what do you want to do? You know, like choose a path. But anyways, another podcast for another day. This whole addiction to fame is really getting into people's heads. These same people who want to be TikTok famous, doing lip syncing videos, little dance videos, or whatever, want you to follow them so hard. Check out my TikTok, check out my TikTok. But yet they have real friends who really sing, like can really sing or can rap, can perform, can act, can design, can draw. They have friends that have real talent that do real shit, but A, they're not supportive of those friends who actually have talent. And B, just like a lot of people, they probably made fun of you for thinking you can make it as a singer. You can make it as an actor. You can make it as a designer. You can make it as a ... insert what you're trying to do. Before TikTok came out, before Twitch was a thing, I'm sure these people were laughing at you behind the scenes. But now all of a sudden, there's a platform, there's something that they think they can do. Live streaming, TikTok, now they're all about that hustle life, right? They're like, oh, come follow me, come follow me. For what? To watch you lip sync a song a million other people lip sync to? Again, not trying to throw shade to people that have blown up on TikTok for that, but just in this example, you are shitting on people out there with real talent. But now that there's a platform that made it easier for you to think you can become famous, you want to make fun of the people out there really putting in work.
A big question I want to ask all of you. Do your friends really support what you do? Just with this whole OnlyFans incident alone, a lot of your peers and your friends and people you know have shown their asses as to how they really feel about you doing sex work on OnlyFans. They've shown how they really feel about that whole world in general. So ask yourselves again, do your friends really support what you do? And for the ones that haven't said shit to you this entire time that you've been on OnlyFans doing your thing, now you know why.
And Shana's made an example about this before in previous podcasts where there's certain individuals who will dick ride her until the cows come home. Oh my God, check out my girl Shana doing this. Check out my girl Shana on Twitch. Check out my girl Shana. But she would only promote the same thing she was doing. But not once did she ever like big up Shana for doing OnlyFans. Even when Shana posted how well she was doing. No support there at all.
Didn't say shit.
Didn't say shit.
Oh, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but OnlyFans quickly reneged on what they were saying about, taking the sex work and sexually explicit content off of their website and was saying, no, you guys can't keep doing what you're doing. We're only kidding.
I love that meme. We're only kidding.
And still, the haters are finding some kind of excuse like, oh, well, they said temporarily they're going to suspend what they were going to do. But, one of these days it's going to happen. How does saying that and feeling that way help you as a person? What did we just get through telling y'all a couple weeks ago? Stop being mad about things that have nothing to do with you and doesn't hinder you at all. Why are you so mad at these people? Why are you so hell-bent on OnlyFans taking away what's making them money?
I bet they was super salty when OnlyFans said that too.
Mm-hmm. There was one person that hit me up in my DMs on Instagram, was like, well, I heard that it was going to be only temporary, so don't get too excited. I was like, actually, I don't do porn on OnlyFans. So me personally, I don't give a shit what they take off of there. I'm still going to be making my money, whether they take off porn or not, because I'm not doing that. So good for you for letting me know, but I don't need your opinions.
Yeah, it's like, did you actually read the terms of service?
Yeah.
When you actually read the bullet points of what they were taking off, a lot of our cosplay peers, for example, including Shana, it doesn't even apply to them.
Yeah.
OnlyFans was really just trying to take out super hardcore porn stuff. Mm-hmm. Just to make it easy for y'all, OnlyFans was just pretty much just trying to ban actual porn, sex, and penetration. Or the one thing that wasn't full porn was if it's illegal to be naked somewhere, you can't post content showing that. Mm-hmm. If it's illegal to be naked at Walmart, which it is, you can't take a picture saying, I'm naked at Walmart.
Right.
And the other thing was they were going to take down any content that encouraged rape, mutilation, and stuff like that, like hardcore stuff. That's what they deemed sexually explicit.
They never banned nudity. They never banned lingerie. They never banned sexy pictures. They never even banned sexual videos. You just couldn't have sex and do porn stuff anymore. That's all that they were trying to say. But a lot of creators on OnlyFans, like Renji said, don't do that anyway. So what are you trying to do? Like, what point are you trying to make?
I get the concern for people that do make that kind of content, and I feel for them that they built a fan base on OnlyFans and they may lose that. But we're just speaking about the cosplay community right now because that's who we saw showing their asses these last 2 weeks. A lot of our peers, your peers, don't even make that kind of content anyway. At most, you might see a cosplayer naked, but you ain't going to see them spread out with a dildo or something like that. But yet, a lot of y'all who don't even know what was actually being banned, we're quick to talk shit about your friends. And that's sad because, like we said earlier, like this is how they live right now.
Yeah.
And y'all just shitting on them. And as for what Shauna's hater was saying, well, it's only temporary. Even though it's temporary, the power of the creators came through. Unlike Instagram, unlike Facebook, that didn't give a shit, OnlyFans was like, holy crap, we messed up. And they backtracked, which is, I guess, a step forward that they still took everything into consideration. They're like, okay, maybe we did mess up. And yes, they may bring this back up one day, but as we said earlier, this ain't the only place to see titties and ass.
Yeah, exactly.
So y'all talking shit, well, OnlyFans is down. Well, there's a million other sites. Or people can just do it on their own. I had a friend who was making a killing before OnlyFans. She was pretty much just like, I just did a new photo set. DM me if you want to buy it. She was selling her photo sets for like $30 to $45 a pop. And she was making racks. For those that don't know what a rack is, she was making a couple thousand a month on her own, just in the DMs. I have a friend that sells prints like that. She'll have a new cosplay. She'll be like, who wants prints of this new cosplay? And she'll post up like 5 pictures. Tell me what picture you want. She just prints it out at home. Give credit to these people out there making it work. Just because they take away OnlyFans doesn't mean they don't have any other way to sell this content. So y'all can talk all the shit you want, but it's just like OnlyFans made it easier for you to get this content and not get in trouble by your girlfriend or your wife. Sorry. Forgot to mention that part. A lot of these people that consume this content are people that have somebody. Why do you think strip clubs are so popping? Chris Rock said it best. This country needs strippers, because without strippers, who would keep married men entertained?
That part.
OnlyFans is the new strip club.
And shame on OnlyFans themselves because they were basically trying to exclude the very people that have been making them billions of dollars. For those of you who don't know, every time you make a sale on OnlyFans, the OnlyFans company takes a percentage out of your pay, out of what you got. They're doing that to everybody that's on there. There's so many people and so many creators on OnlyFans making a killing themselves, and OnlyFans is profiting off of them. So shame on OnlyFans for trying to bite the very hands that are feeding them.
I'm glad you brought that up. We almost went through this whole podcast without saying that. Just because we're talking about this, by no means are we like standing up for OnlyFans, because they was on some bullshit. So yes, so let's talk about that. They was definitely on some bullshit. They got too big for their britches. They saw an opportunity to try to expand their brand, because for those that don't know fine print behind why this whole thing was happening, it's because OnlyFans was trying to expand and become the next Instagram. Mm-hmm. They were trying to be a little more reputable for the public and stray away from the sex work image. They also had something with some banking partners. Mm-hmm. It was also people were trying to invest into OnlyFans, but they're like, we're not going to put money into a porn company. So it was partly that. Regardless of it, as Shana said, creators have made OnlyFans so much money.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just the way of the world when it comes to these platforms. The same shit happened on Patreon. Mm-hmm. Patreon was a big thing where you could charge people and your fans could support you, but Patreon did the same thing, like, oh, no more sex work, shoo, shoo, shoo. Mm-hmm. It's not a surprise when this happens, because sex workers have been shooed away from so many platforms.
Mm-hmm. After making companies billions of dollars.
That's just the way of social media. We've seen that with everything. Anytime these companies start growing, and once they sell to an investment firm, that's when the company always goes downhill, because the investment firm is trying to make back their money. Mm-hmm. MySpace took a dump when they sold. Facebook took a dump when they sold. Even Twitch took a big dump when it was purchased by Amazon. It's just the way of the world when it comes to these platforms. They're at the mercy of whoever owns them. Of course, these companies invest money and they want their money back, so they're going to do whatever it takes to get back money. OnlyFans is on the verge of trying to make that happen. Mm-hmm. They want to be a household name, but unfortunately, they feel they're being tarnished by sex work. But at the same time, it's like they should be proud that they're making this kind of money. Honestly, they should just rebrand and be like, we're a safe haven for sex workers. Come here.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of pushing them away, encourage more to come so you can make more money. There's already an Instagram and a Facebook. Like, nobody needs a safe for all families business. People need a place to see shit they can't see anywhere else.
How are you going to create a safe space for something and then try to take it away? It's like, it's already way too late for OnlyFans to become another Facebook or another Instagram because of who they chose to cater to in the first place. It's already been tarnished. Newsflash, titties and ass are going to be all over OnlyFans until the dawn of time. You can't just get rid of that. You can't just get rid of the very people that you created the space for. So I don't get that. And I really don't give OnlyFans any like praise or anything like that. I'm just happy that I myself is still making money on there, and that's it. I don't care what OnlyFans wants to do in the future, but as of right now, we're still going to be doing our thing, and they need to just stop being greedy.
Stop being hoes.
Stop being hoes.
I mean OnlyFans, not the creators. Like, y'all out there being hoes, like, get your money, homie. People paying for it, and I'm saying hoe in the most respectful way. I'm not trying to, like, call someone a hoe, but go out there, live your best hoe life, and get that money, because people paying for that shit.
Hoes unite. Yes.
Hoe power. Like we said, we ain't endorsing OnlyFans like that, because they made some dumb decisions in these last couple of weeks.
They need to cut it.
Yeah, they need to cut it. Full House. Cut it out. Joey Gladstone. For those that don't know. Watch Fuller House on Netflix. # not sponsored if you're a fan of Full House.
Gosh.
Dude, I love Fuller House. But anyways, that has nothing to do with hoes. But but yeah, OnlyFans, They got some soul searching to do. One of my friends made a great point. He's like, people aren't going to forget the creators that made you. There's no point in trying to like wash that past away. By what they did, they're actually pushing away any new potential creators, any new opportunities for them to make money. So trying to rebrand, like that's stupid, you know?
Yeah.
You can look at rappers, for example. It doesn't matter how successful a rapper has become or a rap crew. The media will never let go of who they used to be. Even to this day, even though Snoop Dogg's on TV with Martha Stewart, people will never let go that he was a gangster rapper from Long Beach and he used to roll with Suge Knight. And Jay-Z, billionaire, successful businessman. People don't want to credit him for his accomplishments since he became a rapper. He used to sell drugs in Brooklyn. That's how he has his money. Jay-Z probably hasn't sold drugs in who knows how long.
Right.
No, he became a billionaire because of his investments after becoming a rapper. Going back to OnlyFans, people aren't going to let that go no matter how hard you try. You're always going to be the person that sold sex. Like Jay-Z's always going to be the drug dealer from Brooklyn.
And who cares?
And who cares? Exactly. You think Jay-Z cares?
Nah.
Jay-Z ugly as shit, but he a billionaire and got a beautiful wife.
And 2 beautiful kids. Actually 3. I don't know how many kids they have. But anyways.
Exactly. OnlyFans, just be ugly Jay-Z. Just make your money and live your life.
I always say, I don't care who knows what about my life and who even knows my name, to be honest.
Pronounce Shana, not Shana.
I just want to make my money and just be well. As long as my family can live comfortably, as long as whatever I do in my life, as long as I'm contributing to a better cause and trying to make my life better and trying to provide for my family, as long as I can do those things, I'm good. I don't have to be famous. I don't have to be scared of you guys knowing that I was on OnlyFans. I don't have to do those things because I've made peace with what I do. I don't care. I just want to be able to take care of my family. At the end of the day, if that's all I do, that's all I care about. All the billionaires and millionaires you've ever seen in Forbes magazine, how many of those people can you say you know by name or know what they did to make their millions? That's where I'm coming from too. And that's where a lot of you should come from as well, because it doesn't matter how you became who you are today. We got to do what we got to do. And when a pandemic strikes or when something goes wrong, you either fight or flight. And for us, we're fighting and we're prospering. So make fun of that all you want. I don't care. I'm still doing what I got to do, and I'm still making my money and laughing all the way to the bank, honey. So don't even worry about me.
So with that said, though, people, especially creatives, are taking this moment to finally say, I'm going to hustle my ass off and do what I do. Whether it is sex work, whether it is being a Twitch streamer, whether it's being an artist, a singer, insert whatever you do here. A lot of us are taking this moment to finally ride or die on what we're passionate about. When people are out there shitting on OnlyFans people, it makes the rest of us really think, like, is that how they feel about what I do too? We've said it before in a podcast about relocating to a bigger market because in these small towns, people think your dreams are a joke. So if they're shitting on a sex worker that makes so much money, and let's be honest, some of your OnlyFans peers make way more money than you do in an entire month, but they make that in a week.
Yep.
That part.
That part.
Me as a creator, it makes me think, like, what else deep down are they ready to talk shit about? What's next when YouTube bans people from doing covers? You're going to be like, haha, you got to sing your own original songs now, fuckers. Okay, so this whole time I've been singing covers, you just been mad at me? It goes back to what Shana said, like, do your peers really support you? And the honest truth from our experience is no. As sad as that is, most of your friends don't support what you do.
Sure don't.
Whatever reason it may be, whether they just think it's ridiculous or they can't do it themselves, you know, there's a little bit of jealousy in it. When you realize this, don't take it personal. It's not about you. It's about them. It's a reflection on them. They see what you're doing. They see you haven't accepted this mediocrity called life that a lot of us live. You took a stand and said, you know what? This 9-to-5 shit, this mundane life that I'm living isn't for me. I want more. So you're going to pursue more. Now you look at that same friend. Say y'all work together. Oh my God. Do not tell your coworkers what you're really trying to do with your life. Because you know what happens? They look at themselves like, what, this life at Burger King ain't good enough for you? These people may be content with their life until you make them realize this ain't it, bro. There's got to be more to life than us coming to work, bitching about work, putting in this 8 to 12 hours, going home, drinking beer, playing Xbox. There's got to be more to life than that. Sometimes when you tell them you want more, it makes them question their own existence. Like, well, Shana wants more. I mean, I thought her name was Shana this whole time, but Shana wants more. Is this life not good enough? Is my life not good enough? Should I want more? And some people don't like thinking that. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more, but for some reason, some of our peers just don't want to accept that they're not happy.
Because for some reason, that reflects on them. Like, oh, does that mean I have to do more? Oh, I can't get on OnlyFans and take sexy pictures. How come they get to do that? How come they get to make money off of things that I can't do? How dare they?
People don't want you to take away their excuses.
Yeah.
They don't want to know that they could have more if they did more. A lot of people just want to feel success is luck. Success is subjective to certain people, but it's not. It's about you trying to get more for yourself. Sadly, from my personal experience, that's been what it is. I've lost a lot of friends, like friends I've had for years because I'm so ambitious, because I always want more. I'm never satisfied. I'm always trying to reach the next plateau. It has made a lot of my friends feel uncomfortable. Though I did nothing directly to them, not like I ever talk shit to anybody, like, look at what I'm doing. I just expressed my feelings about myself. I also made the mistake of expressing these feelings to some of my coworkers. They felt the type of way. They thought we were living the life working at this factory that's air conditioned and we get free soda. I was just looking around, bored out of my mind, like, I can't wait to get out of here. And mind you, this was the best place to work in the city. It's clean. They give you free soda, air conditioned. It was comfortable, but I was bored out of my mind assembling rear view mirrors. And I started being very vocal, like, dude, I need to do more in my life. And people were looking at me like, you know how long I've been trying to get a job here?
This is the best it's going to get for me.
Yeah, and they felt like I was shitting on them when I wasn't. I'm always the first to be like, do you. If you truly happy with what you're doing, that's your life. But for me, that wasn't my life. I'm like, this can't be it for me. And it's that mentality, though, why a lot of your friends don't want to support you, because they don't want to question their own happiness. People hate being challenged when it comes to life choices and their happiness. Accepting that you're not happy is such a hard pill to swallow for so many people. And that's why your peers don't want to support you, because they don't want you to remind them how happy they're not.
I had somebody follow me on Twitch for the longest time. I could go as far as saying this was one of my very first followers and supporters when I first started doing Twitch. This person even bought me my very first game, like off of my wish list. They were the first to do that. And, you know, they supported me and they had been with me for so long. But the thing that I always hated about this person was every time I would say something that happened to me, like something good that happened, like I got a new PlayStation, or I got a new something, or I went on a trip, I went to Europe, or I went to Tokyo. And every time I would say something positive, something that I did and something that I worked hard to do in my life, this person would always shut me down and would always say, oh, must be nice to be Shana Mostella. You know, you're so lucky. Oh, Miss Richie Rich Pants. Oh, you're just so rich and you can just do whatever you want. A lot of that was, you know, his cynical attitude, and that's just who he was. But when it kept happening and when he kept having that stink about him, at some point I just had to cut him loose. But every time I would ask him, like, dude, I'm not lucky. I'm not this. I'm not that. If you want to do these things, why don't you do them? And he would always say things like, well, you know, I'm kind of like okay being at my little one bedroom apartment, and what I do is enough for me. And, you know, I don't even like traveling at the end of the day, and I don't like doing new things. So I'm like, what is the purpose of you shutting me down and saying those things to make me feel bad when you don't even want to do the same things that I do?
He was just very resentful.
Very resentful.
It just sounds like he was resentful of your happiness and your success.
Yeah.
We've said this time and time again. People just want to chalk up your success to being lucky.
Yeah.
You're so lucky you did this. No, bitch. I wasn't. I worked hard for this.
Oh, yeah. It just got to the point where I finally had to cut this guy loose. I'm like, I don't know what your issue has been with me all these years. Like, I don't think that you hate me. I don't think that I've done anything wrong to you. You're still here. You still watch me every time I pop on my live stream and every time I do things. Like, you're always there complimenting me, but you have this stank about you, this negative notion about you. Every time I open my mouth and say something positive, you have to combat that with something negative. So I just had to cut him loose. I'm like, dude, if you're going to keep doing this, if this is how you're going to be from now on, then I don't need you here anymore. I appreciate your support over the years, but you're bringing me down and you're making me feel like what I do isn't shit. And you're questioning my character, saying that I'm just rich and I'm just lucky that I just do these things on a whim. Like, that's not even me. That's never been me. I've worked my ass off for so long to enjoy these things that I have in my life. So I'm sorry that you're not happy with your life. Sounds to me like you purposely want to be stuck in your own little circle and that's good enough for you. But don't be mad at somebody else for having things that they worked hard for and they want new things and better things for themselves in their life.
Yeah, all that shit, you just need to cut it out. Joey Gladstone, Full House. All right. Anyways.
It's a shame.
It is a shame. It really is. Pay attention to these subtle things on your social media. Because when someone's out there talking shit about OnlyFans, for example, best believe they talking shit about a lot of other non-traditional avenues of income.
Yep.
And that could be you being an artist. You could be a painter and then be, screw painting. All right, whatever.
All right. Stop hating on fine art.
I know, right?
What did art ever do to you?
People hate on actors and musicians. Most of y'all watch TV and listen to music. So if it wasn't for people believing in themselves to become actors or singers, you wouldn't have your entertainment.
People were hating on skateboarding so hard. And guess who finally made it to the Olympics this year?
Skateboarding as an official Olympic event. But people aren't ready for that conversation either. And we've said this before too. Skateboarding used to be a joke when it first came out, but then guess what became a multi-billion-dollar industry and also an Olympic event.
Ooh.
So, anyways, some people ain't ready for all that conversation.
I can't wait for that podcast episode.
Real quick, we've been having to stop recording so many times because we're being attacked by gnats this entire episode. For whatever reason, this apartment we moved into, all the screens on the window are handmade by the maintenance staff. So none of them fit the windows perfectly. So there's always a little gap. And our apartment faces the trees. Oh, it was beautiful at first.
Yeah.
But now we can't even enjoy the windows being open. So anyways, Shana has been killing gnats all throughout this episode. She's killed like 3 of them already.
Oh, yeah. Ninja, Mr. Miyagi, and these gnats everywhere.
And what's funny is we just started rewatching Attack on Titans, and we out here just looking like Titans, like just swinging at these damn gnats. But they've been such a nuisance. So please forgive us if some of our thought train have started and stopped, because I've noticed every time a gnat comes, I get distracted. I'm just like, what the hell was I saying? So I have to stop filming. Anyways, we've just been killing gnats throughout this episode. I killed like 3 of them earlier. Now I'm just like, you know what? Let's just shut the windows for the next month until this humid, gross weather is gone finally. But we working through a gnat invasion right now, all right?
Yeah, sorry for my ninja swings all through the episode.
Yeah. If you really watch the video of this, you'll see us kind of like dart our eyes around at times because for some reason there's been a gnat that's been hell-bent on coming next to the microphone, and we thought we killed it, and then I put it down on the desk in front of me, and then like 20 minutes later, Shana's like, that bitch came back to life.
We're just like walking around looking at us. I'm like, no, it did not do that.
Zombie gnats. I really thought we killed that thing.
It was just chilling. I guess just took a break. I don't know.
He just rested like, oh, whatever. I got something for their ass. Anyways.
Y'all should really watch this on YouTube.
Yeah, if y'all not watching on YouTube, sometimes y'all should really check it out. You get to see the outfits. Y'all get to see shit like the nets.
Oh, and speaking of side hustles and outfits, I am wearing one of my original pieces.
Good segue.
Yes. Actually, let me put my hair forward so y'all can see the little hood that goes along with it. But I am back in action with my fashion line, and I know it's been a hot minute for those of you who've been following me for a long time, but I'm back in action. It's something that I am just super passionate about. It's something that has never left my heart, no matter all the things that I've been doing over the years. But this is my newest creation. It's got little cats on it, and some of you might recognize this from Joanne Fabrics because of their Halloween line, and I saw it and I just had to make something out of it. So if you guys do end up watching this podcast on YouTube, you will start to see my designs very frequently, so please do that.
You'll also see them on social media. Of course, we're going to do photo shoots for all of Shana's pieces. Shana's putting together all these original pieces, so be on the lookout for her fashion show that's coming up hopefully soon. But speaking of live events, if y'all ain't doing shit on September 5th, Sunday of Labor Day weekend, come out to my party if you in the Chicago area. I'm hosting and organizing. Don't get it twisted. This is my event, all right? I'm putting my money on the line. Shana and I are hosting. We throwing this event for the community. September 5th in Hoffman Estates. That's a suburb just north of Chicago for those that don't know. If you in the area, come out to my party. It takes place at Panic Escape Room. This is a multi-room venue. We're going to have a room where we're partying, hanging out, chilling. Like, that's the lounge room. We got a DJ. We're going to have a bartender. We're going to be selling drinks for those that are old enough to consume alcohol. We got a video game room with multiple consoles on big screens. We got standalone arcade machines. We're going to have a Smash Brothers tournament. Yo, some of y'all that be rage quitting Smash, y'all got to bring your own controllers because you ain't about to smash my Joy-Cons because Joy-Cons are expensive as shit. All right, so y'all ain't going to do that on my system. But anyways, we got activities for everybody. And y'all heard the name Escape in Panic Escape Room because this is an escape room. They have multiple rooms with different themes. They got some shit that no other escape room has. It's an interactive cinematic experience. They got themes like Batman, Arkham. They
have one of my very favorite movies of all time, the Conjuring series. They have the room decked out with the Warrens, a occult museum with Annabelle. It's got all of the occult items inside of it. It's amazing, and I can't wait to play that escape room.
It's the entire Conjuring universe. They combined it all in one room. They also have a room that's Ready Player One themed. They have multiple rooms right now. It's not just one room. They have multiple escape rooms, and they're building a new one that will be revealed by the time my party comes out. Lots to do. You don't even have to participate in the escape rooms. You can just come out and chill with your fellow cosplayers. We got UMO photography going to be there. Get some nice pics. If you don't want to cosplay, at least put on some outfit with some drip. Get some nice pictures. The best part of this event, how much it costs, Shana? How much it costs?
It is free $99.
Free $99. We putting all this together for y'all for free. It's free to just come hang out and chill with fellow cosplayers. Since the event is free, the venue does have to make their money, so you got to pay for the escape rooms or pay for the drinks. That's it. But everything else is free.
Yes.
Video games are free. Come and chill with your Chicago homies. It's free. So we doing this for y'all. We doing this for the cosplay community. It's pretty much a nonprofit event for us. We're coming out of pocket to give y'all something to do on Sunday, Labor Day weekend, September 5th, because a lot of y'all don't work on Monday anyways. Y'all ain't got shit to do, so come out. A lot of y'all will have your work schedule and be like, I ain't got shit to do this holiday weekend. Well, now you do.
Yep.
Come out to our event. I have an event page on Facebook. This party is called The Great Cosplay Escape. So if y'all want an invite, just DM me. If y'all in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, or a neighboring state, or Wisconsin, if y'all want to make that drive, just hit me up. I'll send you the information. I want as many of y'all to come through as possible. And also, A lot of y'all out there like, we miss you and Shana so much. When can we hang out? Because every time we announce we in Chicago for business, a lot of y'all be like, you want to hang out? But we there for business, so we can't. But we finally here for pleasure. So if you really trying to hang out, like you said you was trying to hang out, this is your chance. We there kicking it. I'm calling out your bullshit. So if you ever hit us up because we're in Chicago saying you want to hang out and you don't come to this party, we ain't friends no more.
Damn.
It's like that. So you can also consider this the welcome back to the Midwest party for Renji and Shana. Party's going to start at 2 p.m. and we're going to run that bitch till 1 in the morning. So even if you work, you can still catch the final hours of this event because we're going to be there kicking it. So hope to see y'all there. All right, y'all. Follow us on social media, blah, blah, blah. We say this every episode. Y'all know what to do. Any last words, Shana?
Hoes unite.
Hoes unite.
Yes.
Motivational words. Hoes
Yes.
unite. And the rest of y'all spend money. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Shinobi Squad Podcast. I'm fan service Renji.
I'm Shana. Shana Mostella.
Not Shana. Shana.
Shana.
And hopefully see y'all Sunday, September 5th.
See you guys there.